On the agenda tonight, we're going back to 1975. We're going to be taking a look at Cher and Raquel Welch performing I'm a Woman. Hello, Phil here from Wings of Pegasus, and welcome to another analysis video. Now, this video is one that I've been sent a few times and been linked to because it highlights Raquel's voice, and following the sad news that she's passed away recently, a lot of people have pointed me in the direction of this video, so thank you guys for that. I thought we'd have a look at this performance with Cher and do a normal vocal analysis as we normally do, because I think a lot of people never saw Raquel as a singer. This is 1975, and with reference to that, I think maybe back in those days this was seen as a little bit risque, or maybe on the line of what you'd see on TV, because, you know, artists tended to cover up a bit more, whereas nowadays, you know, everything's on show pretty much. But with this performance, they do talk about getting ready and they've got nothing to wear, so there's a bit of a build up to it. As always, there's a link in the description below, so you guys can click on that if you want to watch the whole video through without me interrupting it, because I am going to be jumping into this. So when I say it's a snapshot of the time, what I'm referring to really is the fact that we've got Raquel, who's not known as a singer at all. We've got Cher, who is known for singing and having a great voice, but they're about to perform a song live. That's an important part of it. Live in front of a studio audience, and Raquel's got the ability to do this, even though she's not known as being a singer. And I was trying to think that nowadays, you would never get this. You wouldn't have somebody who isn't a singer coming along and then singing live in front of an audience, especially, but without any crutches, without auto-tune, without pitch correction, and all the other things that we've looked at. So it's really a standalone video in that sense, that we're looking at a singer who's not really a singer, but we're still going to run the voices through the pitch monitoring software, the vocal pitch monitor app on the right hand side of the screen. So let's get into it.
You look pretty ready to me. Almost. But after all, I can wash out 44 pairs of socks and have them hanging out on the line. I can starch and iron 2 dozen shirts before you can count from 1 to 9.
I'm going to jump in there immediately, because with the last video actually that I released on the channel, we're talking about being tone deaf and how to try and pick out pitches with the app that we're looking at on the screen here. And you can see the way that Raquel is so expressive when she's talking at the beginning of the song because of all these slides going on. This is just her talking voice. But then as soon as we kick into the backing, the instrumentation starting up, you can see that she is bang on this C4. And you've got to have ability to do that because she's getting out a lot of lyrical content here, but maintaining pitch at the same time. And she's taken the first line of the song. So anyway, just great pitch accuracy straight off the bat.
I can wash out 44 pairs of socks and have them hanging out on the line.
Actually, we've got the na 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 na. There's the actual pitch variation we've got going on there, which we can see coming down to the A3, even down as low as the G3. And then, but I mean, look at the accuracy of the C4. And she's delivering, and the D sharp 4, look at that. She's delivering this in a way that is conversational, but the important thing to note is she's really accurate with pitch, but you won't necessarily appreciate that because of the way that she's delivering it. So, I mean, just with that one phrase, you get such an appreciation of Raquel's ability as a singer because she is locked in.
I can starch and iron 2 dozen shirts before you can count from 1 to 9.
And I also want you to look out for this low note that Cher hits, because the further we get into the performance, the more evident it will become that this is right at the bottom end of her range in order to get this note.
I can scoop up a great big dipper full of lard from the drippings can. Throw it in the skillet, go out and do my shot.
And even there, that D sharp 4 from Raquel, getting into that can, putting air through the vocal cords, while again being really accurate pitch-wise.
Up and be back before it melts in the pan. 'Cause I'm a woman, W-O-M-A-N. I'll say it again. I can rub and scrub this house till it's shining just like a dime.
And we have this delivery now, which we can see from the lines on the screen, the way that they're covering so much pitch. This is now talking, but it's talking with a particular type of delivery that is light-hearted, but in the context of the song, she doesn't just suddenly go off into talking saying, oh, I can do this and I can do that. You know, she's still keeping it at a relevant pitch so that it sits in the performance and it doesn't sound out of place. Again, it's really subtle, but really well done.
Feed the baby, grease the car.
And you can tell that Cher is being really true to pitch and hitting this C4. Na 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 na. And she's keeping it all around there. So it's great because you get that difference, the light and shade between the talking vocal that we've just had from Raquel.
And powder my face at the same time. I can get all dressed up, go out and swing till 4 a.m. And then lay down at 5, jump up at 6 and start all over again. 'Cause I'm a woman, W-O-M-A-N. I'll say it again. If you come to me sickly, you know that I'm gonna make you well.
And have a look at this C4. Na 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 na. And that's actually going from the C4 down to the A3. Look how accurate these notes are here. I tell you what, I know, Raquel wasn't known as a singer, but there's so much technique and accuracy here.
Come to me sickly, you know that I'm gonna make you.
Nah. Listen to those intervals between the C4 and the A3. She's absolutely spot on.
Well, if you come to me hexed up, you know that I'm gonna break that spell.
And there we have it. I think it's down to an E3, maybe around there. Obviously for me, being a guy, it's very easy for me to hit that note. But you can tell when somebody's right at the bottom of their range because it kind of gets a little bit airy and they're kind of reaching down to try and get to that point. And the reason that Cher has this note and it's so low for her is that this is a performance where Raquel and Cher have to match their voices pitch-wise. They will undoubtedly have different ranges and their voices naturally sit in different places. So Cher's got to be singing it in a place that suits Raquel and vice versa. And it just so happens that this note going all the way down, I mean, we're pretty much talking best part of an octave lower than the rest of the singing for Cher in order to get that low. It means that it's going to be, really low for her, but then the rest of the performance can sit where it needs to in order for the two singers to be able to hit those notes and sing in that same place.
If you come to me hungry, you know I'm gonna fill you full of grits. If it's loving you're lacking, I'll kiss you and give you the shivering fits. 'Cause I'm a woman, W-O-M-A-N. I'll say it again. I can stretch a greenback dollar bill from here to kingdom come.
And now we've actually changed melody to the F sharp 4, so we've got this na 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 na, and obviously she's delivering it with that conversational talking style, but there's still relevance here to pitch. Na, she's still hitting that.
I can play the numbers, pay my bills, and still end up with so. I got a $20 gold piece, says there ain't nothing I can't do. I can make a dress out of a feedback and I can make a man out of you. 'Cause I'm a woman, W-O-M-A-N.
And when I said about that low note, it might have been a D sharp 3, but we can see here that the note Cher hit is going to be, I mean, where were we there? F sharp 4. We're actually between notes, but as I always say, that doesn't matter because this is a live vocal. It's got expression in it.
And I can make a man out of you, 'cause I'm a
Okay, yeah, so it would have been the G4, so it's slightly flat of that, but between, I mean, we kind of nail it in the end. But the point is that she's now over an octave higher than that low note, so it does show the range, even in this performance, that, you know, it has to be accessible for the singer in order to just do this in the first place. And it will fly under your radars because this is so light-hearted and, you know, it's so kind of upbeat and a bit tongue-in-cheek and all that kind of stuff. But when you dive into the ability that's required to perform it at this level, where it does seem that way, it does seem light-hearted, but it's still good, and that's something that it has to be like that. It has to be good in order for the right feel to be achieved. Because if it was bad, say for example Raquel couldn't sing very well, Cher could sing well, and they were now at odds with each other, and one of them's obviously worse and all that kind of stuff, that would be the focus. The focus wouldn't be the overall performance. So this is why the talent and ability will fly under the radar, because you won't notice it because it is there. You get to appreciate the performance. Let's listen on. I mean, there'll be spots throughout this performance where that D sharp 4 just bang on, F4 bang on, F sharp 4 bang on, and these little slides down. So when they sing together, again, you don't notice that, oh, one's a lot worse than the other because they're both just bang on pitch.
I'll say it again, 'cause I'm a woman, W-O-M-A-N, and that's all.
And there we have it. Actually, at the end, we did have the isolated vocal that then cut in, because I have isolated the vocals, and not that we're going to go through it all, but it's great to have a listen to their voices individually.
I can scoop up a great big dipper full of lard from the drippings can. Throw it in the skillet, go out and do my shopping, be back before it melts in the pan. 'Cause I'm a woman, W-O-M-A-N. I'll say it again. I can rub and scrub this house till it's shining just like a dime. Again, 'cause I'm a woman.
I love as well the way that they match each other, even with their slides, going woman, and they slide together perfectly.
W-O-M-A-N.
W-O-M-A, and there's all those slides that they're matching each other with. You know, tiny details, but this is just what makes it great.
I'll say it again. If you come to me sickly, you know that I'm gonna make you well. If you come to me hexed up, you know that I'm gonna break that spell.
That low note. But you can also appreciate the difference in tone, the way that they sing. But I mean, Cher's tone is so unique. She's got one of those voices that you just know instantly because it's more nasal. And if I just take it back, we'll have another listen.
If you come to me hexed up, you know that I'm gonna break that.
La. She kind of puts it there, having the na 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 na, that kind of difference, na 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 na. So allowing more of the vocal or the air to come through the nose, which gives it that nasal sound. But again, this is just something that's natural. So a bit of a different video for tonight. And still a really interesting one, because I don't think we've ever looked at somebody who hasn't been known for singing in this kind of detail with the vocal pitch monitor. But it's great because it really does give you an appreciation of Raquel's voice, her ability. Yeah, you'll be thrown off the scent because of the light-hearted nature of the performance, but there's loads of great technique and pitch accuracy going on. But thank you guys for sending me the links to this video. I hope that you have enjoyed this, and I'll catch you guys at the next one.